This is Chilling.
Philanthropy is the core that binds society together. What started as a simple campaign to complete a church building in a small village called Bwasandeku became a life-changing experience and a partnership for the locals and the friends of Raise the Roof Academy. This non-profit was founded in 2007 by the SSEBULIME, and since then it has been dedicated to what we call giving qualitative education to the unfortunate children, trying to giving them a meaningful life, something that they can really take home and run with it. Ladies and gentlemen, I have an incredible gentleman on the show. You're gonna love him. He has such a gigantic heart. Please stay tuned, but meanwhile, in case you're wondering where I am, this is not my own personal shelf or library. This is Gazelle Guest House located in Muyenga along Bukasa Road. You can come and check them out. I'm trying to find some material to read. This looks like a good read for me. Catherine Coxon. I think this is the title of the book, and it's done by Billy Bailey. I'm going to enjoy this read. Meanwhile, I wait for you as I get to let the cat out of the bag. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the best of the good life, and I'm Drago. Welcome to the show. It's really going to be a sweet one. Take care and stay tuned. Check out this clip montage in case you didn't know what Gazelle is.
We do not choose where we're born, nor do we have a say about the events that shape our childhoods. We believe that where you start in life should not dictate where you finish. Raise the Roof Academy is a school serving villages where children live in deep need beyond the reach of help from others. This is a school for students for whom time is running out. We serve children who, in the age of great global advancement, only have one choice: to till the soil with the hope of a good harvest, so they can have enough to feed their families and sell in the market to meet life's basic needs. Even in a society that has no distinction between child labor and house chores, our students are rising up to be the living proof that regardless of circumstances, great educational outcomes can and should take place anywhere in the world. Because of Raise the Roof Academy, over 650 children across 20 villages are given tools to reframe their world and ours. We started Raise the Roof Academy in 2011 in a wooden shack with 30 students and 2 teachers. The need was overwhelming. There were many children cared for by their grandmothers and no school to nurture them. In the first 5 years, we have worked really hard. We have many victories, and we've had difficult days.
Good evening. Welcome back to the best of the good life more than ever. My name is Drago. We are having so much fun at Gazelle Guest House. It is a guest house. One can wonder how beautiful this place is, the tranquility around this place, the quietness, the beauty, the layering on the wall, the artistic aspect of this place can really blow your mind away. What a fantastic place to be. Now, these people can be located. Yes, they can. You can find them in Muyenga, along Bukasa Road, and you can talk to one of the ladies. She's a gorgeous lady. She will be here to receive you, and she's so welcoming with a warm smile. Call her and tell her that you found out about this place on my show, and they will really give you a surprise. Could be in terms of discount or any other thing. So you can call on this number. Call 0760 357 229. Let me repeat that again. 0760 357 229. All right, I would also love to upload my designer, that is Quasi Classic. Quasi Classic used to be in Wandegea, but now is located in Kisasi. The brother has one of the coolest wardrobe you can ever find in town. But yeah, there's much more great news to share. We have just had a great partnership with a new company that sells shoes. And these guys are called Annex. Now, this is their number if you need to get in touch with Annex. Annex can give you shoes that look like this. I won't raise my foot up because it's kind of weird, but I will ask Jatidi to get a close-up of these shoes later on during the show. You'll get to look at them. Now, when you go to them, tell them that Drago sent me with these numbers, all right? You can call them on 0787 592 845. Or you can call the other alternative number, that is 0758 776 135. Let me repeat that again. 0758 776 135. Now, once you reach there, they're located in downtown, all right? Nabugabo, I think it's Nabugabo Avenue or Nabugabo, somewhere near Nabugabo, right? And the building is Complex Center. When you reach there, tell them that Drago sent me and they will definitely give you a discount. I come bearing news, and that is not all we have. Okay, so the guy we have on the show is pretty amazing, but I'm going to do my best to introduce him the best way I can. All right, here we go. Approximately 100 kilometer and 3-hour drive from Kampala along the Masaka Highway Road, you find a gem in just the middle of this small village called Bwasandeku. What an amazing botanical name. It is not a 4-star place where you can find a lodge that is, having all these amenities of life, but it is a 4-star non-profit organization from the world's largest and most trusted non-profit evaluator, that is the Charity Navigator. This place provides an ecosystem of learning for kids that are unfortunate to get that, and this place has really boosted up that locality in such an amazing way. Today, we will be joined by a gentleman who is trying to change the face of the social sector of our generation, of this great country. He is the founder of Raise the Roof Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, rise up and give it up for the incredible SSEBULIME David. What an introduction.
Yes.
You need all this praising, my man. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
I am well. How about you?
How are you enjoying life?
Really good. Life is good. I'm really doing well.
From your accent, I can tell you don't normally live here with us.
No, I live in Uganda. I live in Tennessee. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. Okay. I used to live in San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah. And then about 2010, I moved to Tennessee. So I've lived in Tennessee. I feel like I'm more Southern. So I'm a Tennessean.
Ooh. Would you look at that? Or would I call you Pastor David? How does that sound?
Funny enough, I actually just go by David.
Okay.
I just go by David.
Yeah.
I just go by David because I feel like that's more me.
Yeah.
Yes, I do all sorts of things.
Yeah, I mean, your childhood growing up is amazing. I've talked about the place, right?
Yes.
This gem of a place.
Yes.
Everything around there is just amazing.
Yes.
It's so heartfelt to be there.
Yes.
I'm going to have drone shots that are showing all over this interview for people to have a hint of what we're talking about.
Correct.
Where did the vision come from? But before that, tell me about your childhood growing up. How was it like?
Very good. Well, thank you, Drago, first of all, and all your team for having me and really having raised the roof on this interview. I was born right down here in Makindye, in a small village called Lusaka.
Not so far away from here, because right now we're in Myenga.
Yes. Yes, I was born in Makindye. My dad was a pastor. He started out at Full Gospel Makai Church, and then he came and planted a church in Makindye, Lusaka. Is the place not far from the barracks. And then, like most leaders or most people in that time, dating back to the 60s, 70s, Uganda gets independence. Uganda goes through some crazy times of trying to figure out who we are as a country. So my dad goes to prison under Idi Amin with a bunch of people from Makai Full Gospel Church. When he comes out, he moves to that location. He builds a church. Unfortunately, in 1984, he's coming back from this village of Bwasandeku. He's involved in a car accident. It was run over off the road by a military truck, run off the road. He doesn't make it. It was December 22nd, 1984, and that's the last time.
Do you think he was killed?
Well, my dad was pretty vocal, very outspoken.
Yeah.
He was passionate about the times. These are the 70s leading through Idi Amin, and then the 80s, early Obote. Yeah. And being a preacher in Makindye, he would always go to the barracks in Makindye and preach to the soldiers and, and tell them, you're going to burn in hell if you don't straighten out. Yeah. If you remember those days, the army was very unruly.
Tyranny,
yes, and all of that. And my dad was very, very outspoken. He was against injustices and all of those things. And fortunately, he died. Was it a coincidence? We don't know.
How crazy is it that you followed the same path?
Yes.
You wanted to be a preacher.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Well, so my father inspired me because he was passionate about people. He literally traveled all over Uganda trying to speak to people, give people hope. So right from then, after his death, unfortunately, we were 11 in our family. Wow. My mom left with 11 children in Makindye, in Kampala. Most of us dropped out of school. But me and my sister, Sarah, we joined the African Children's Choir. Wow. And then we end up in the US, Canada, US, and Europe traveling with
I wanted to ask, the African Children's Choir, does it have any affiliate with Ambassadors of Hope?
That is the same, yes.
Is it located in Makerere?
Yes,
my
Chikoni.
locality. Get
Yes.
out of here!
Yes, yes, Chikoni,
I
yes.
pass by that place every
Yes,
time.
yes.
Wait, that's where your story began.
That's where my story begins.
Wow.
That's where my story begins. And literally what I do goes back to that. Okay. It's the African Children's Choir. It's taking us on the road, and we begin telling the African story and really singing and gaining confidence. And then, of course, I moved back to Uganda. I got through school. And then in 2000, I moved back to the US to go to school again. Yes. And while in the US, I'm at a church, and I watch all these individuals coming and telling stories about Africa.
Age?
By now, I'm in my early 20s.
Oh,
Yes.
is that high school, college? Right?
Yes, yes, it was college, it was university, yeah.
Okay, so at what point did you also study in India?
So right after 1996, I moved to India because I could not get schooling in Uganda. India was cheaper than Uganda, by the way. And I don't know if it's still cheaper than Uganda. So I ended up in India. I don't think I really went to school in India. India was just an interesting space. It was a space for me to figure out who I was and know myself. And from India, I moved to the States. And I had to do school again. I mean, I shouldn't say I had to do school again. I just continued going to school. And it was in the US that I finally started realizing who I was. It started back, I mean, it's progressive. With each step, you learn a little bit about yourself. But it was in the US that I figured all my dreams were to climb the corporate ladder. All my dreams were to become big and successful. And then eventually I realized what success means. And that's what I'm pursuing right now.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. So we're going to go for a break.
Yes.
Yeah, so David, when we return, we shall talk more about this, all right? We shall get to know where he got this full-fledged heart, you know, the soft heart of wanting to, you know, to create opportunities for misfortunate kids, you know. He is the co-founder with your madam, with your lady.
Yes.
They founded this amazing non-profit that is called Raise the Roof Academy. Now, in case you've been living under a rock, go to MASAKA. The buzz is there. You will know about it. All right, Chilling goes on a break. We shall be back shortly with another part. See you later. Or see you on the flip side, like they say. David's childhood in Uganda sparked a passion for both spiritual and social poverty alleviation. After growing up in many orphanages around the villages that's between Uganda and Kenya, at the age of 9, David got lucky to tour the world with African Children's Choir, which he mentioned at the beginning for those who are just joining us. This is fortunately located in my locality, Makerere. I find that place everywhere I go. I'm like, yeah, David started from here, which is amazing. And they still do that because whenever you're passing by, you can hear the sounds of the drums and everything. Yeah, so this shaped him up and helped him to be exposed to the world. And this changed him forever. The son of a pastor attended college in both India and US, and then later on turned into a banker. So we're here to know more about his story and to really find where he got this commitment of wanting to help others. Where does that come from?
Very good. So my dream as a kid was to work for the UN. And I wanted to work for the UN because I wanted to make a difference. It was this idea that if you want to make a difference, work for the UN. Well, I couldn't make it to the UN, but I kept on working. And so I ended up
created your own UN.
Exactly. I had to create my UN. And so I worked for different banks. I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to be very successful. And I pursued and I achieved some level of success. But all of that was not the kind of success I was looking for. I felt more empty. Every time I would come to Uganda, I would see the need. And then I would remember the words of Ray Burnett, who started the African Children's Choir. His dream was to help African children so they can help Africa and be the leaders of Africa. And I felt like what I was doing was not enough. And so through all of that, I came back to Uganda in 2006, and I had read Barack Obama's book, My Father's Dream, and he was searching for his dad. My dad died when I was a kid, so I went to Bwasandeku for a visit, and it was during that visit that an old lady in that church said, your dad had said that one day this village will look different, and my dad had planted a little church there. So the lady said, she was in her 80s, she said, we want you to build a school here. I'd come to Uganda, gone to northern Uganda in refugee camps. I was a do-gooder back then. That's what I felt like. I was just a do-gooder like most people. It was this old lady in a little church in the village of Bwasandeku who said, build a school here. And it was then that I said, all right.
You're with your madam by then, Mallory.
Yes. So we came, Arlene and I, and...
That's around 2007, right?
2008.
Oh, 2008.
Yeah, it was 2008. We came, we went to northern Uganda, we went to Kasanda, we went to Jinja. We're just do-gooders, just splashing things and giving things to people in need. But we needed to focus on the community. And this is when we were there, it was clear. The lady got up on her feet. There were about maybe 30 kids and about 8 adults. And she said, build a school here.
Why education? Why did education resonate with you? Like you said, you were doing some other charity in a different form of giving stuff and stuff like that. But why education? Why?
2 things.
Okay.
If you want to help people, try to do something that also engages them for long hours. When you build a school, you get to hang out with someone for a very long time. From 7 in the morning till 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and for a long period. And so we thought if we build a school, we've always believed in education. Of course, that was an immediate need at that time, but we've discovered if you build a school, you get to touch not only one kid, but you get to touch the grandma, the grandpa, the father, the mother, and the siblings. And that's what sets Raise the Roof apart, because we have now seen the power of just beginning with a school and then from there reaching out to touch the entire village and districts and hopefully Uganda, and if not, Africa.
You also happened to build a secondary in the pavilion side of the primary. Tell me about that experience.
So, thank you for asking these questions, because I get excited about this thing. So we first of all built the primary school. Little by little, and the primary school right now has slightly under 1,000 students. And then as our students graduate, we are farming them out to other schools. In 2019, we realized we needed to have almost 300 million Ugandan shillings to pay for their fees. And here's the mystery of Raise the Roof, and here's the magic of Raise the Roof. We were called to this particular region, and we felt like as we pay money to these other schools, this community is losing out. So it was getting very expensive. So we called the students, we called their parents, and we asked them to vote. Do you want to stay in those schools or you want to come back home? Coming back home and we begin to build means you're going to start in a very ramshackled, half-baked institution. without good buildings. You're coming back from Masaka SS, Bwanda SS, Chimanya. These were big schools where we had our students. So they all voted. The grammars sat in one corner and the other students sat in another corner. We said, you all choose.
I love how
you all
liberal.
vote.
I love how liberal it is.
Yes, it's about empowerment. And then they voted. The grammars, it was obvious. Because also the kids were picking up a bunch of habits at the other schools.
Yeah, and David, you know, I want to know this bit by bit. I'm pretty excited as well because I did some research and now you're picking my mind. You know, you're tickling it a little bit. So there's also another program that you created from your academy that also tackles the homestead as well.
Exactly.
You will tell me about that program as well.
Yes. You want me to talk about the program?
Please tell me, because what happens if the kids go away from school? What happens?
So we began this program. It actually, it's an acronym, but it's spelled HEAD, H-E-A-D, which stands for Household Empowerment and Development. So when you come, we say, you're the head and you're not the tail. And what that means, household is our motto. So our mission statement is, we advocate for children and community development one household at a time. So we work with children, we look at what's going on in the community, and also we look at what's going on with each household. And so this program HEAD is coming to houses that we work with, and we're asking the families there, the mom, the dad, the grandma, grandpa, what are you doing while the kid is at school? How can we work together to address poverty, to address sickness, to address all sorts of mindsets? What must we do to really deal with these things? So this past Tuesday, we brought all the heads of households that are within the Raise the Roof network. Over 1,000 people came, and we were talking about financial empowerment and poverty and how to start with the little you have. And so Raise the Roof, we're on a journey. We're on a journey to empower the Ugandan household, to change households in Uganda, because if the household is broken, if the dad and the mom can't get along, if they are sick, the children at the end of the day are the ones who will pay the price. Like we say, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So this is part of our mission.
You can't also make this up, David. I keep on, because I'm so amused and fascinated by what you're doing there. Raise the Roof Academy brags to be as one of the best schools in that region.
Almost
what,
we are.
3 districts?
So
Get out of here.
So we cover Kalungu, Masaka, Bukoma, Nsimbi, and there are a few others, Tambala, I don't know if it's a district, I hear, and we're coming after Kampala. Actually, Kampala, we're probably ahead of Kampala.
I know. Well, guys, you can tell that it's already shaping out beautifully. It's going to be so fascinating having him on another sequel, which is episode 2. I want to find out, how does really an NGO make it to be on the list of the charity navigator? All right, we'll take a break. We shall see you next week with another episode. Please tell people how to get in touch with this. What happens if you want to be part of this raising steam, you know, this amazing journey that you're on?
If you want to connect with Raise the Roof, which camera am I looking in? That one or this one?
That's your camera.
All right, everybody, Ugandans, listen to me.
Take it away.
We want you to get involved with Raise the Roof. We're on a journey to empower households in Uganda, one child at a time. And so here's what you can do. Please email us at info@raisetheroof.org, info@raisetheroof.org, or visit us on our social handles. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, I believe even on YouTube. We have a bunch of videos on YouTube that you can just put in Raise the Roof Academy, Uganda. This is the only Raise the Roof Academy in the world. And then finally, the website is www.raisetheroof.org. We look forward to engaging with you, talking with you, and serving with you. Uganda needs all of us, so let's get on board.
You're forgetting one thing. This is going to be watched worldwide.
Exactly.
Please talk to the sponsors as well.
So to all our friends in the USA, this is David speaking to you. I think you're doing an amazing job. I'm thankful for Drago and Chill, this program, for allowing us to amplify this story. We're on a journey to empower Ugandans. And my greatest pride has always been that we here in Africa, we here in Uganda can let the world know that Uganda has incredible people, incredible friends. And you are part of this work. So if you're Ugandan in the US, if you're Ugandan in Canada, if you're Ugandan in Europe or in Asia, or the Middle East, or across Africa, Raise the Roof is here to remind you that we now have to step up and get involved in all the good that's happening in Uganda. Uganda is an amazing place. Uganda has incredible leaders. Uganda is the place to be. And here at Raise the Roof, please get involved, get on board. And
there you are, there you are. You couldn't say it any better. Wow, you're such an amazing person. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, guys, check this out. We are going to take a major break and we'll be back next week. This is going to run bi-weekly, you know, week after week. We're going to be in your faces telling you about Raise the Roof Academy. You either like it or not. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It felt like blackmail.
No, please.
I'm going to give you a chance to link out, to tell them to join us next week with another show. But I want to remind you guys, it's a quick reminder that we have partnered with Annex Shoes. These guys are found downtown and they are found on at Capital Center. You know, at the beginning I mentioned the wrong address. These guys can be located at Capital Center. They really have amazing shoes, you know, gentos. You can talk about sneakers, each and everything that you think is stylish that will look good on you. And it's for only men, all right? For female, we shall take care of you next time. You can contact them on these numbers, all right? Call 0787 592 845, or you can call the other number, which is 0758 776 135. I would also love to thank Quasi Classic for making me look this stylish. I look like the boss. You might think I'm the David. No. I look like a CEO already. You can already tell that I'm made, you know. But yeah, Quasi Classic is located in Kisasi. This brother also has an amazing store. He's such an amazing guy who will take good care of you. He has each and everything that you need. Now, I would love to end by also thanking Gazelle for this incredible location. So we're going to try to show off and flip the set. We go on to another set. You see how beautiful this place looks. They have a contact person who will be waiting for you to call them. Come in Muyenga, that is along Bukasa Road, where you find them. This place is an amazing place. It's a guest house, but you can't really tell if it's a guest house. So they are found on this number. That is 0760 357 229. Let me say that again. 0760 357 229. Wow. See you next week with another show. Bye.
Well, we have
next week
5
on
key
Chilling
programs when I really think about what we do. The first program is education. It's the foundation of what we do.
It's the core.
Exactly. It's the core program. We educate kids from nursery, all the way through university. That is a journey. So if that's your track, please go. And then we also send kids to vocational programs.
Okay.
So if you want to do plumbing, electrical work, all of that, that's all part of education. Kids learning math, science,